Hello. So we are back with Village Survival, the 8th season 2. So for this season, everybody comes back except for Ginny.
Yes.
So we get a guest, which is Gentleman joining them.
Yes.
I don't know if she's going to be joining them for the first 2 episodes, or if she's going to be joining them for the rest of the season of this season.
I think it might be
the rest of the season
for the whole season.
Okay.
So that they're because it looks like the way that they do the Village Survival is that
they keep the original.
They just it's like 2 episodes just finding stuff. 2 episodes just finding stuff. So they're not really like doing anything. Oh, we're going here, we're going there, we're going there. Yeah. So
yeah,
I think someone's gonna be the guest for this season.
Yeah.
And obviously because Jenny has her own things that she's been doing, whether it's promotional stuff, but or going on tour.
Yeah, so she's out for this season,
yeah.
And we have some enjoying them.
Yes.
So they are now, instead of where they were at the country, whatever they were at this time, they were by like the beach area.
Yeah.
So
the coast.
Yeah. So we'll talk about the items they get, what are the new rules, and what actually happened in the episode.
Yes.
So there are 8
first
items.
The items.
So the first one is a music sheet. They get the music sheet. Another one is a cloth with holes in it.
Yeah.
And then the third one is a lottery ticket. The fourth one is a saw.
It's like those
mini saw.
Those mini saws or those little
foldable
blades.
Yeah.
But I guess they call it a saw. We call it some kind of different name.
And then the fifth one is stickers, picture with dolphins on there.
Yes, different colors.
Yeah. And then the sixth one is masking tape. And then the 7th one is a wallet with money in there.
Yes.
And then the last one is 3 batteries.
Yes.
So these 8 members, they were given ahead of time before they came on the set to pick out the item they wanted. So they each have an item pre-selected ahead of time already.
Right.
So the new rule for this season is there are no carrying over the money.
Right. So they don't. There's no 20,000. It's just 10.
Yeah. So you either find it, one of the members find it, or if nobody finds it, whoever gets it, whatever wins.
Yes.
So
again, to reiterate on the new rule, one of their big new rules is that they no longer are just trying to find the money. They have already pre-selected who has the money. Based off of a drawing, color ball drawing.
So they started off when they were, talking to the members again, having them select their item. The rule is they have a box. There's only one red ball in there. Whom they meet each members individually. Whoever randomly picked up the red ball in a random select, that person gets to hide the money for the episode that they are going to be searching for. So out of 8 of them, 1 of them knows where it is, and that's the person who hid it, and they're all like, they have to go look for it. So that is like the new rule and everything for like these this season 2.
Yes.
So they start off, and it's like having some hilarious reunite and all these things like that, joking about each other and laughing. And then like Jason goes, okay, Ginny can't join us, but we do have a guest. And then they're like, oh, a guest. And he goes, I know this guest, and she isn't easy. And it comes out, and it's Somin, and like, they're like making fun of it, and then she's like, oh, they're like, who are you excited to see? And she goes, oh, Kang Kyung-shi. And Jae-suk's like, I thought you were excited to see Song Kang. And she goes, shh, don't say that. And then they go to the place they're supposed to stay at, and it's like bigger than where they stayed at in the countryside and everything like that. And the first thing they do is, which they hate the most, making lunch. So Chan Dong-young and Sang-ho gets sent away to go catch Wedfoot octopus.
Wedfoot octopus.
And then we get Song Dan-bin and Song Kang going around to go get ingredients while the rest are home preparing to make lunch. And like, they have little jokes here and there, laughing around and doing all these stuff. And Somin is so clueless of what she's supposed to do. She doesn't get it, and she's asking everyone like, how do I find hints? What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to look? And she doesn't know. And then like she's in the kitchen and she found a hint, which everybody, more like the guys, have seen it the moment they walked into the house. There's like a hint box on top of the fridge.
Yes.
And she sees it, she takes it, and she hides it. And like, because there's camera monitors for the PDs, they told Jae-suk to go in there to tell her she has to put it back. She's not allowed to do that. You can look at the hint, but when you're done, you have to put it back in its original spot. And so he tells her that. And then he makes the jokes to her about like, this isn't Running Man. We're in Running Man, you guys are horrible. You guys take hints, hide it, and manipulate and lie to the other person. You're not allowed to do that here. There are rules. And so she's just like lost. And then Soo-young, she's like, she got the ticket lotto and she's like scratching it. She got a number which is 7902, and she finds the box and she's like, oh, dekoya, dekoya. She's like trying to open it and it doesn't work. And then we get to see Ki-young later. It's the lock is color coded, and he realized he has the picture of the dolphins, which they are color coded. Yep. And so he used that. He lied to go to the bathroom, and he took the box with him, and he opened it. He saw what was in the box, and he closed it, and he put it back. So the hint in the box was something in between Samsung and LG. And then he looked it up, and it ended up being Lotte. So that was the hint.
Baseball teams, guys.
Yeah, baseball team. And then Kang and Son Dan-bin went walking around to get ingredients. They came back, and Kang saw a vending machine. And everything was $1, and he realized it. And so he's all like, oh, I gotta come back when I'm not with Dan-bin Nuna. I don't want her to know my hint, And then they go back and have lunch. They finish cooking and eating. And then they start off with their questions to, divide them into groups. And then they end up playing, what is it?
They play like...
soccer, but with like broomsticks.
Yeah.
Broomstick and
I forget
hammer.
what the game's called.
Yeah, but it's kind of like soccer. So they're like playing, and like, it's just so hilarious. Chan Do-young just so lost on what she's supposed to do, and she like scored on her own team, and she got excited, and they're like, she goes, I score a goal, I score a goal. They're like, but yes, on your own team. And she's like, and then like, Somin is doing surprisingly good, and then they're like, wow, you're so good. And it's like, apparently on Running Man, yeah, she sucks. Everybody here on Village Survival, they're not good. They're not as athletic as she is. And then, while in the process of doing it, Sang-ho gets a call from a director casting him for Kingdom. And so he's like, I gotta go take my call. And they're just like doing a lot of hilarious things. And then it got to asking questions. And then this time, instead of just running up and, answering the question, there's like a swing. Mm-hmm. 2 people has to carry the person who's gonna answer the question on the swing. They have to carry them over there, and like Chan Do-young and Im Soo-young was like carrying So-kang, and he was just so happy that So-young just threw him on the ground.
Just threw him on the ground.
And all these things like that. So they had a lot of hilarious stuff, and they played a lot of games and gained a lot of hints. So, so far, the only hints we got is obviously from Ki-young's, that it has something to do with Lotte. Kang's was from a soda can, and it has a spider minus entrance equals something. So, that's his, and the other one was Soo-young, the 7902.
No.
So, yeah.
We also had Somin with her flower.
Oh yeah, Somin with her flower.
She found out what the batteries are for.
Yeah, it's like Hyundai flower shop.
She put it into a mirror, and it came up a picture of a flower shop.
Yeah, Hyundai flower shop. So those are the 4 hints, and it's gonna continue on next week to them, completing on finding out more hints and figuring out where is it hidden. So there's actually 1 member out of the 8 who actually hid the money.
Of course.
So
yes.
they have to find it.
Yes.
So I don't know.
They kind of signify there's gonna be a twist.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. They're like we're just talking like this, but there's a lot of hilarious scene. Honestly, I find it so much more hilarious this time. Like I think they're more comfortable with each other this time.
I know you found it very hilarious because you pretty much told them the whole episode.
It's just hilarious and like
You told them all the funny parts.
and like stupid so man like taking everything like Running Man and like Jesus constantly yelling at her like this is not Running Man, stop turning this show into Running Man. And she's like, oh Jesus oppa, you're so bossy on this show, why aren't you bossy on Running Man? Jesus goes, because there's a violent guy on the other show so I can't be bossy, but this one I could be bossy. But yeah,
It was a good first episode back. They didn't the editors they didn't focus anything on the members going out there and finding clues. They just let the first episode kind of be a fun episode of them playing games, interacting, and them kind of feeling each other out because how the new rule is. Then they don't need to create that initial search for the location because if you find out who it is, then you win anyways. So there was no reason why they had to do a lunch and then go look for items like how they did last season. They just went straight from lunch to games to more games to more games, and then before the dinner they go. So the change up made it a little bit different, but you got to see a lot more just fun and enjoyment of a variety show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is it for episode 1 of Village Survival the 8th season 2, and we will see you guys next week for episode 2. So we will be reviewing for season 2 and see how it turns out.
Yep.
And season 2 is short again. Let's hope they have a season 3 or whatever. It's really fun watching it. But
Yes.
all right, we'll see you guys next week.
All right. See you guys.